What's going down? What's going down? Welcome back to F.T.S. Network. It's your boy Dre. We're gonna do another little reaction real quick. Um, this guy, this guy is Andrew Tate. I just found out about Andrew Tate the other day, y'all. I ain't know nothing about this man. I seen a quick little clip. I was like, oh man, that guy seems kind of like an asshole. Um, that was my whole thing. And just real quick, when y'all come to a reaction video for me, this is never something that I consider myself an expert in beforehand. Like it's not like, oh, I care a lot about this subject matter and this is something that I like spend a whole bunch of time looking into. It's actually just a reaction to like what I'm seeing real time. More or less. I kind of know something about it and that's why it's on the screen, you know what I'm saying? But by and large, it's not something that I'm just vested in. If you want that, then you need to click the link below you uh, to the little link tree and you need to go tune into the podcast where I talk about all kinds of stuff in way more depth that I actually care about and all that stuff. If you want to argue with me about that stuff, I'll argue with you about it because I care way more about it. This stuff is just kind of like I'm just, whatever. I feel the way I feel. Don't get me wrong. I do feel the way I feel. But little stuff like what I'm about to say is I think he's like a kickboxer or some shit. I don't really know who he is my point. I'm not see my the way the internet works. You gonna see what you interested in, and I'm just not really interested in this. I don't hate watch stuff, so if I'm not interested in it, if it don't align with what I'm really messing with too much, I just don't really watch it. I'd be like, I'm cool. Like you could say that all you want to or whatever, and you'll have your following, and I'll just not listen, right? So I be on to this stuff late. Apparently my man's is not new. So anyway, I ain't gonna talk to y'all no more. I just had to, you know what I'm saying, get that out so y'all understood. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to be like, you don't even know who he really is and you only seen this one video. Yes, I only seen this one video. I saw a 20-second clip and now I'm watching this one video. And y'all, I promise y'all, this will probably be the last one I watch. I'm probably gonna be good on it. So, But in the meantime,
Are you anti-woman?
I love women. In fact, interesting statistic, 100% of the people I've ever had sex with were women. So I love women. I have nothing against women at all. I'm not sexist in any regard. I'm not misogynist either. I'm a realist. Like I'm a realistic person. As a realist, in the modern world, they're going to call you sexist, misogynist, etc. But I'm none of those things. I am just.
Why do they call you that?
Because I say the truth.
Which is?
Women can't fight. Men are stronger. Like base. More.
off top, the argument clearly I love women because all the people I've had sex with are women. That's stupid, but whatever. I mean, that's just stupid. It's not. It ain't really nothing beyond that to me. It's just dumb. It just obviously doesn't have shit. One doesn't really have to do with the other. Like you could spend all day murdering women, and you could be like all the women, all the people I've had sex with are women, so I love them. Like it's like, oh okay, but does the murder outweigh the sex? Does it kind of a little bit? So I mean, maybe that doesn't have anything to do with the point you're making, but whatever. He says that he's a realist and he just speaks the truth. The first thing that he just said, like women can't fight, whatever, whatever. Obviously, it's like a caricature of, because I'm gonna give y'all this. Y'all people who love this man, you think that I'm not gonna give y'all no leeway in this video. I really am gonna give you more leeway than most people will. I know that a lot of this is a caricature, so you gotta kind of like, you don't have to because he's not asking you to. He's giving you the caricature. So honestly, I wouldn't be wrong to examine it on his face, but I won't. I'll cut y'all. I'll meet you somewhere. I know that he's not saying no woman on the planet can fight and all this other stuff, whatever, right? He's saying like as a whole, you know what I'm saying, in a physical capacity, you know what I'm saying, men are dominant over women. And you can prove this in a million ways and whatever, whatever, whatever. That's true. That is true. I don't know how relevant it is to his overall point. And that's where I'm hoping, y'all. I'm hoping I can catch 3 or 4 of y'all who just really ain't been listening that hard to what he's saying and just for whatever reason had enough time to listen to what I'm saying just a little harder and just kind of see like it just doesn't actually. Okay, look, we're just gonna go.
Or true things. I think another thing I said is and maybe I'll upset the ladies on the podcast. I hope not, but please correct me if I'm wrong.
Probably will.
I said if I were to get on a plane and that plane was to fly into the eye of a hurricane, there was a 50% chance of it crashing. I'd want a male pilot because I think that males are better under stress and under pressure. I think they're less likely to get emotional in a life or death situation. That's why they make better soldiers. That doesn't mean that doesn't make me a misogynist. That doesn't make me sexist. That's just true. Women are better at other things than men. And I'll sit here and say women are better at X, but I will say that men are better at Y. I'm not going to sit and pretend that we're all the same. We're not. Under pressure, when your life is on the line, anyone who's honest would want a male pilot in said situation. You would not want a female pilot.
So I disagree with that. I think that's a
I will say, again, I'm going to give y'all more than most people would. As a whole, I think that at least in American society, I can't speak on a global level because I don't live all over the planet, right? But in America, it is in a lot of ways assumed that women are more emotional than men and that men are more logical than women. I had a good friend of mine say something to me that really hit me though. And she was like, men only say that women are more emotional than them because somehow men have managed to brand anger as not being an emotion. And I was like, damn, that's really a bar. Also, whether or not you feel like men are less emotional than women and a man can be more logical, I just feel like the fact that the first thing you would think is the pilot a man? Like, that would never occur to me. Like, I want to know all the other things about the pilot. And that's probably my bigger point about everything that he's probably going to say about women. I'll just go ahead and spoil it for you. Is that everything that you could say about a woman, you could say it about a man. You could, like, apply the same logic in the same way inversely. And typically, like, you end up with the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what are you... You know what I'm saying? Like, if a man has all these terrible qualities that you say in a certain sect of women have, like, he's not shit. So, like, if I don't want a female pilot who just showed up today and was late to work, you know what I'm saying? I just, it would never occur to me what the sex of my pilot was. So when you ask the question, for me anyway, it's just almost like, why are we talking about that though? Because if there's a million variables I can choose, man, woman would be last. I'm thinking experience. I'm thinking, how many times have they been in a situation like this, which I know is the same thing as experience, because I guess that's really all I care about in this situation is how long have you been doing this? If you tell me that the man has been doing this for 17 years and the woman has been doing it for 21 years, I'm picking the woman unless she's old. That's where I'm at. How old are you? That's the other question. How long have you been doing this and how old are you? I want the sweet spot. But anyway. So, okay. That's just another place where me and him disagree because I don't feel like, maybe I don't disagree with him. I just feel like what he's saying doesn't matter. Anyway, let's go.
person by person, but I agree with men are stronger than women. I don't think anyone can argue that.
If you're telling me if you were to fly into a hurricane and you had the choice between a male pilot and a female pilot, you wouldn't have zero preference at all, Dave.
Not knowing anything about either of them, they're both pro pilots. No, I wouldn't. We're not talking about dunking a basketball.
Well, I would choose a man because I know from my own personal experiences that when shit hits the fan and emotions are high and it's life or death, that the man is more likely to remain calm. And calm is what's going to keep me alive. So I would choose the man. For the same reason, I would choose women to do other things. Let me give you
I feel like statements like that don't... Okay. I would ask the men who agree with Andrew Tate to stop thinking about themselves and start thinking about the other men that they know. Because it's hard to be honest about your own flaws and shit like that. So let's just pretend all you niggas are perfect. Think about your homies, though. How many homies do you have who are really calm under pressure like that? Like, you got homies who you know are not really built like that. Like we all, and even if you like, oh, none of my homies, okay, cool. Well, then you don't have a lot of friends then. And the reason why you don't is because you like, I don't fuck with nobody who not built to a certain stat. So not many niggas make the cut. And you can't tell me that that's not real. You can't, if you got this far in the video and you gonna tell me that you don't know, if you, as a man, if I told you start counting all the men who you don't respect, and then count me the men who you do. Tell me the men who you don't respect isn't a longer list. So like, don't come at me with the, oh, I want the man because the man is more calm. Even if you got a lot of women in your life who done you a certain kind of way, like it's people. It's not gender specific. Individuals are flawed. They usually take their flaws out on you. Most people project their own insecurities and other things onto you. Most people don't want to deal with their own shit and do their shadow work and all that other bullshit to where they can actually be who they want to be as a person overall. Most people don't want to do that. So when you have to deal with them intimately, it usually sucks. But whatever. I don't know shit. Let's watch the video.
Another example then, Dave, if gender roles aren't real and you're now...
No, I think there are gender roles are real. That particular example, though, I'm sure you can have great female pilots.
I never said you couldn't. I said I'd choose a man in that particular situation.
Fair. I don't
say a lot of stuff about women like that they're your property.
That's not what I said. I was talking about an OnlyFans company when that question was asked.
Wait, because he's about to go on to a completely different point. And they like talked about gender roles for just a second there, and gender roles aren't really real either, y'all. Y'all gotta really realize that it's just not. It's life skills at this point. First of all, in most cases, it's life skills. A lot of the things that people consider gender roles when they talking about like women need to be cooking and cleaning and stuff like that or whatever, like, unless you're a man who just knows you're going to be with your mama or a woman your whole life, you really need to know how to do those things too. And just between two people, you need to come to whatever works for y'all. And this is not going to be the same for everyone. And if you're the type of man who needs a woman to do a certain thing for you, it's not because she's a woman. It's because of you as an individual and what you need to like complete you. And that's fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that at all. Like, I don't think it's shit wrong with a man saying, I will not mess with no woman who can't cook and clean, because that's not for me. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But to say that like cooking and cleaning is inherently a characteristic of womanhood is goofy to me. Like, yeah, like it was when niggas literally had to go outside and hunt, but since both of y'all got jobs, man, you know, whatever. Anyway, it was when y'all lived as a society in a hut with, you know what I'm saying, or in this big group where 50 of y'all are feeding 50 of y'all. Yeah, all the women cook and all the men go out. But since it's just you two in this, it just doesn't work the same way. When you try and parallel what it was like when we was cavemen to what it's like now, it's not the same. It's just not.
But I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So she wants to do OnlyFans. She owes him some money because she's his. Yes, that's what I said.
Well, that's crazy.
You think if a
that
man,
one's crazy.
So you think that a man going out with a girl that's just your property? There can't be an equal relationship?
No. That one was nuts.
Okay,
that one
cool.
was nuts.
This is where he goes crazy.
Cool.
That one you can. If I understood what you said, that if a guy and a girl is dating and a girl does OnlyFans, she owes him a cut.
No, 100%.
Girl.
100%.
She is his girl.
But what does that have to do with anything?
Because she's his.
Yeah, so that's
So that is you saying that women are your property.
It's not about being property. It's
I don't really think he means this shit. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. He don't even mean this shit. He just know that niggas like hearing it. He don't even mean that shit, bro. He don't mean it at all. You'll never be able to convince me that this. I'm gonna watch the rest of the video, but I want y'all to know, it was 3 minutes into this video that Dre's opinion on Andrew Tate became, he don't even believe the shit he be saying to y'all. So just know, that's where I'm at with it. Maybe it'll change, but it probably ain't. He don't even mean that, bro. because she's his. Because he already know where that's gonna go, and it's like that's the point. He's like, this is the trigger point. This is the sensationalized point. Like, okay, get your money, big dog. Andrew Tate, get your money. And you know what? If people is watching this video still for me, thank you for helping me get my money, bro. Whatever, I guess. You ain't. Oh man, he don't mean that. I'm gonna respond to the point that he's making though. I'm gonna play it out a little bit more, and I'm gonna pretend that I think he means it, because I can't even start responding to what he just said right now. Because whatever. Okay, I'm gonna actually go back just a little bit, and we're gonna play it through. All right.
But what's that have to do with anything?
Because she's his.
Yeah, so that's
So that is you saying that women are your property.
It's not about being property. It's about the fact that she belongs to him, and the intimate parts of her body belong to him because they're in a relationship. And if she wants to sell those, he has a stake in those intimate parts of her body.
So it's reverse. Male porn star owes the woman.
I don't know, because I think the women belong to the man. I think the woman's given over.
That's inherently where you.
He doesn't believe this because that doesn't even make any sense. So here's the thing, right? It's just so many. First of all, there's no way that this guy believes that a woman who has an OnlyFans should even have a man. There's no way that he believes that she's not a husband for damn sure. Like, she should be somebody's, like, she's basically should be getting pimped. There's no way he doesn't believe that. I'm gonna keep watching it. And when it comes up, when he says the thing that proves what I just said, I'll tell you. And if it doesn't come before the end of this video, if that moment doesn't come, I will literally just say maybe I was wrong about that point. Maybe I projected that. Guarantee you it comes though. Bet you $1. I bet you a subscribe. If it come, you gotta subscribe, y'all. Don't play with me, bro, because we need the subscriptions, bro. Come on, fuck with me. Anyway. So. Women belong to men, so because if she sells her body, she owes you a cut. That definitely makes you her pimp, not her man. And again, I'm all down for life choices. If you want to be a pimp and you want hoes, it's women out here looking for pimps. I'm all with sex work. I'm with all that, whatever. You could do that, but just I don't think that's all women. And I mean, even if I don't know. I don't think I could really vibe with that one. Because also, how are you the man? Because I guarantee you that he's an alpha male. He's got to be. Bet you he calls us. I bet you a like that he refers to himself as an alpha male in this video that I have not seen, by the way. Told you, only seen 30 seconds of this man. Bet you he calls himself an alpha male. Anyway, yeah, so like if you that dude and you're like, I provide, I pay for this, I do everything, I got all this. I mean, and clearly he got money and shit. So like he feels that way, which I could get. If you have that level of resource, then you can be that to people, to women. You know what I'm saying? If that's because that's what he says. He only sleeps with women. So if you can be that to women, then it makes sense to where you're like, I provide all of this excess. So whatever. You like kind of live a different reality, but. Again, I digress. I just kind of feel like it doesn't make sense that you would even want her money. It's my point. If you do everything, like, why would you take money from your woman who belongs to you? It's like, that doesn't make sense to me. They're just like kind of opposing mentalities, maybe. Whatever.
You get called sexist.
No, it's not. Well, you can call me sexist if you want, but if you look at marriage, it's the bride's father who gives her away. It's not the groom's father.
In
Is
old
it?
tradition.
I gotta guess.
The woman belongs to the man.
So is slavery.
Yeah, no, but I gotta guess.
It's not
as somebody
so, it's
who's
slavery.
multicultural and everything.
That was a good point.
That certainly is a tradition that does not apply everywhere.
The woman is always given over to the man. Read the Bible, read the Quran. I'm not saying they're a property. I'm saying they're given to the man and they belong to the man. It doesn't mean they're a pure property without emotion. It means they're given to the man. They take the man's name.
You said
they
it's
belong
her
to the
parts.
man.
You said it's the guy's parts. You're like, if she's on OnlyFans, the guy owns those parts, so he gets a cut.
Well, those parts are intimate, right? That's the whole point of her being his.
Yeah, but you didn't do reverse. When I said if a male porn star does it, he doesn't owe the girl a cut.
Correct, because he doesn't belong to her. She still belongs to him.
Correct. So that's the sexist part.
But and you've also said that you could have multiple partners, but a female that was with you.
Wait, okay. Because they're about to go into a different point. And I don't have the Man, my memory is not the best. So maybe it's the beer, maybe it's the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's the weed or something. But anyway, yeah. So all of the points of in all of these traditionally patriarchal societies, the woman is given to the man. Like tradition doesn't dictate reality in any way. It's just because things have been set up that way forever doesn't mean A, that it's right, or that it has any real meaning other than this is the way it's always been done. You know? It's been done for so long now that whenever people come up with stuff, like obviously they just basically do the same thing. Also, you definitely only cited like two major religious texts. And I guess that does encompass a good portion of like early world society. But again, you like the Quran, you reference the Quran. I'm not going, I am absolutely not going to go deep into this because I will not be out here disrespecting anyone's religion that I don't know enough about. I will say that the rights that women have in countries that practice what I understand to be a more extreme version or sect of Islam, because like there's super extreme sects of Christianity as well. So I get how there's like levels to shit, right? I think that's what's going on there. You feel me? They don't have any rights though. Like they don't have many rights. If they do, and they like, you know, I think they be like killing bitches over there for like, you know, like I think if you a woman and you cheat on your husband in some of them countries, they could kill you. And it's too late. We in the video. I can't Google it. Y'all tell if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not trying to. If that's not true though, still the level of how men control women in some sects of that is a lot. And it's the same in Christianity. Really, it is actually the same in Christianity. So those are like kind of two really skewed examples. It's like you trying to prove that Trump didn't lose the election, but you like, I only watch OAN and sometime I watch Newsmax. Like, well, like, yeah, that makes sense why you don't think Trump lost the election, because you watch fake news. Like, anyway. Yeah, those are just bad examples to prove a point, even. Like, a point that I don't think it really... This is one of the points I feel like even the people who like Andrew Tate don't try and fight. What they'll say then is he doesn't. That's when it's a caricature. That's what like he's not really literally saying that she belongs to him. He even said like she's not his property. Like it's like nah, it's really what he said. But you know, again, whatever.
You couldn't also have multiple partners?
Well, a woman could say that same thing if she decided. She could say, I can sleep with multiple men, but my men can't sleep with multiple women if she so choose. We're all free individuals, right?
Yeah, but you wouldn't agree if a woman said that.
I don't think I would personally find that revolting, correct? But there are women who find what I say revolting.
So you're not telling other people what to think. You're just saying how you think.
Yeah, I mean, if I think that I think if a man is not sexually exclusive, it's not the same as if a woman is, because with a woman you have the paternity issue. With a man you don't have the paternity issue.
I'm not gonna. I swear, y'all. I'm sorry. I know I'm pausing a lot. So if y'all don't fuck with this video because of it, I'm sorry. But it's just so much to say. You can't hide under the guise of I'm not telling y'all what to think. Is this just what I think or whatever? So that you can say really outlandish things. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of got to eat those. Like. I'm not telling y'all what to think, but I'm saying what I'm saying, and I'm not hedging it. I'm not like, oh, but because it's only my thoughts, it's not relevant. Like, no, if I say some shit that's out of pocket, I gotta eat that. Why y'all think I just did all that dancing around the Islam shit? Because I'm not trying to fucking disrespect nobody for no reason to prove a point that don't, you know what I'm saying, like involve them really in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just not an asshole. And that's why I don't think that he's like a horrible person. I just think he's an asshole. That's where I feel so far. Because, and this is the asshole part. To say, well, I just personally think it's revolting. You know, but they can think it's revolting too. Okay, they can. But we're not talking about them. We're talking about you and how you feel like you need to project that energy. That's what... It's just like people act like don't do stuff and then act like you don't know what you're doing. That's not gangster to me. I guess you know what I'm saying. Don't do stuff and act like you don't know what you're doing. Where it's like, oh, I'm about to say some wild stuff that's about to make a bunch of people feel away, but then I'm about to hide back under. But I'm just saying what I'm saying, so you don't have to care how I feel. But you want them to care how you feel. That's your job. Like that's whatever. Okay.
Issue. If I have 3 girlfriends and they all get pregnant, we know who the mother and who the father is. If you have 1 woman and 3 men, you don't know who even the parents are if she got pregnant. So it's a whole big issue, right? Science can step in and kind of fix it.
Definitely,
but it's a good discussion.
DNA tests are pretty accessible nowadays.
Of course, yeah.
So easy solution. She just gets us. So what if you with a woman, and she can't have kids, so she can. So my man's is basically saying that if you want to be with Andrew Tate as a woman, get your tube stopped. And you can fuck all the motherfucking men you want. You can sleep with all the men you want. Because under that logic, from what you telling me, and that's why I'm saying, the explanation and the logic don't ever actually match up. And that's why I don't really mess with these dudes. Because they really just saying shit to get your attention and make you feel away and be like, yeah. But none of it means anything. None of it means anything. I'm a man, so I can sleep with a bunch of women, but women can't have sex with a bunch of men because women can get pregnant. All women can't get pregnant, though. So, that's cool with you. It wouldn't be still, right? But what would be your secondary logic for that? And if that was the real logic, then what was the point of just saying that dumb shit you just said?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So I said science can step in and fix it, but that doesn't mean it's not haram and against the will of God. Look, read the Bible, and there was not a single woman who was celebrated for having multiple husbands. Female promiscuity has always been disgusting and frowned upon. In every single book ever written, ever, in all of history, in all cultures ever, women were supposed to be virgins. Women sleeping with lots and lots and lots of men.
Tell me Jesus' best friend wasn't a hoe. Stop it. Stop it. Jesus' best friend was a hoe, bruh. Jesus' best friend was a hoe, and like every nigga who ever had a best friend, they was like, he fucking that hoe.
And has never been celebrated ever. Besides,
religion don't. Jesus.
in the last 40 years in the West, in a degrading society. Well, yeah, okay, cool. But if you're going to look at it traditionally, women were not supposed to act that way. And I don't think women want to act that way anyway. I don't think women intrinsically want to fuck a bunch of people.
I don't think you know what women want.
Well, the women I know don't want to. When I meet a woman, she doesn't say, I can't wait to get out there and sleep with a bunch of dudes. Maybe there are some. I don't know. Don't want
there's definitely.
I don't know what this nigga's about to say, the host, but there is definitely I don't want to say a lot because I don't want to make it seem like all women is just hoes, but it's not crazy that they have. Do you know what women say? Do you know what one of their sayings is? Is that the white ones? I've never heard black women say this. The best way to get over someone is to get under someone. Women are like, some people are just promiscuous. It's me. You have a homie who does not like to sleep with a lot of women. Like, it is correct. Like more than one. Like all your homies, it's just more male pressure to pretend like you do. But when y'all really think about it, it be 10 of your homies. Only 3 of them really getting hoes like that. Only 2 of them really dogs like that. You know what I'm saying? 4 of them can't even get no pussy, and the other ones got wives, bro. Like, y'all is just. I just don't know where these. I know motherfuckers gonna be in the comments like, "Oh, you just must be around them." What, bro? I done lived in different states, bro. I know people from different. It's just stop. it's anyway.
Only like cleat chasers who fucking love that.
I don't know where getting this impression I hate women. I mean, we can purport that. We can attempt to label me with that all we want. I'm happy to discuss that. I absolutely not really love women. I have nothing against women. I believe women are the most precious things on the planet. They create life. They should be protected. They should be provided for. I would never let a woman pay for a bill. I would never let a woman, if someone
give me my motherfucking subscription. That's what I need. That's what I need is for you to give me my motherfucking subscription and quit playing with me. Stop playing with me like I don't be right. What I say? What did I say? You want 20% of her OnlyFans, but you would never let a woman pay a bill. I knew it. Give me my subscription to quit playing with me.
Touched any of my women, I would stand up against 10 men by myself and risk my life to protect her. I believe that women are beautiful creatures. I just don't think that they're as emotionally calm as men in stressful situations. I don't think they can fight like a man can. And for the same reason, I would never drop my children in an all-male nursery. I think that's strange and weird. I would only drop them in an all-female nursery. Women do certain things and men do certain things. And we live in a world now where the whole idea of the roles has been conflated to the fact where if I come along and say women are better with
I don't know if he has kids, but that's not true either. Women are not inherently better with children. I know a lot of people who rate. That is why dual parent households work better, because women are not necessarily always better with children. Men are not either. This just depends on the two people who had the baby, because believe it or not, you don't have to have a specific set of characteristics to have a baby. You just got to have sperm and eggs and shake them up. It's just none of the arguments are actually, when you really actually think about them, they're not real. They're just not real.
children, men are better at fighting. But I'm somehow fuck sexist when it's clearly true.
Some of y'all got friends who great dads too. Like the best dads ever. Friends who you would, if somebody tried to say something about how your friends like parent their kids, I just had to come back to this point, just honestly, because it's men who primarily follow guys like Andrew Tate and other people. And I'm not trying to tell y'all that there's something wrong with you for liking them. I'm just trying to tell you that I don't think you actually support what they saying. I just think you're not listening hard enough, and you got some other stuff that you probably need to work out about why you feel the way that you feel and why this is appealing to you to begin with, so that you will be happier day to day. That's it. Straight up. For me. It's because I still fuck with you. I don't stop. I was talking to the homie at the job. Me and one of the homies was talking about, he's the one, he asked me about Andrew Tate. I was like, I didn't even know his name. I saw one video of that's how we're here anyway. Whatever. He asked me about it. We're talking about how like mutually we like, not really a fan of the vibe. The other homie walks up. He's like, I mess with homie. I didn't walk away from that and be like, fuck that nigga Darnell. That's still my guy. When I come to work every day, I'm still chopping it up with him, all this other stuff, whatever. I didn't lose no respect for that man. I just don't think, because I know him, I'm like, and what I said to him was, cult leaders be saying got a little bit of truth in it. It's still a cult. They start with a little bit of truth. Like, so it's not all bullshit. If it was all bullshit, that you could just easily put it to the side. Of course, some of it makes sense. Enough of it for you to start making excuses for it because it's something else that you already wanted to believe. Whatever.
There's nothing wrong with stating the facts. It's the truth.
You're mixing them up, because I agree with some of what you're saying. Like,
yeah,
again,
but then you throw in the OnlyFans, you need 100%.
Correct.
Thing. Like, that's
I don't think
clearly
anybody
sexist.
here is arguing that, like, in a fist fight, a man's going to win.
Okay.
99%.
Yeah.
What about intelligence? Do you think women are as smart as men?
Well, it's been proven that the smartest people in the world are men.
See, that's
But
I think
that's been proven.
Some issues.
That's
Proven
been
how?
proven.
By
That's
who?
been proven.
How? What? Where?
So there's the bell curve, right? So men are more likely to be on the extremes. So the most stupid people on the planet are men, and the most intelligent people on the planet are men. Women are more likely inside of the middle of the deviation. So this has all been proven, right? Men are more likely. Read the study. It's more likely men are on the
study,
extremes.
bro?
Study.
Google it.
What are you yelling?
I'm gonna Google it. What am I writing in? What am I writing in for a Google search?
Are men smarter than women?
Okay, this should be interesting what comes up. Are men?
But I can also give you personal experience.
Before any of this transpires, I'm really not. That's the thing about guys like this that's weird to me, is that I'm really not afraid to throw my opinion before I see some shit, or like really say how I feel about something, and not. But this is me straight up. This is how I feel about it. This is what it is to me. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm actually processing when I put something through. But they're about to do this whole bell curve thing. Even if you're right, when you look at a bell curve, the amount of people that are at these extremes, right? It would actually still make it more likely that you would end up with an intelligent woman than an intelligent man, in a number situation, because even if what you're saying is true, what he's saying is true, I don't even care how it turns out. If most of the people on the ends are men on both sides, right? There's still like a big level of really intelligent people that you're saying are more likely women. Like, maybe I'm saying that wrong because I'm not a math person, right? I'm just new, like somebody else will have to do the math for you because I'm really fucking that part up. I'll say that. What I am definitely saying is that even if the most smart people are men, and maybe it balances it out, right? Like if the most smart people are men, and that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, got it. Sorry, y'all. If men make up the dumbest people, but men make up the smartest people, you're telling me that like I got a 50-50 bag and ended up with a motherfucker who can't keep his mouth closed and a motherfucker who can solve the world. And I was like, I would almost rather take the woman if you're telling me that if you're telling me in an intelligence situation, women are less likely to be really stupid and I need you to be somewhere, I'm going to take them women. Like, right? I don't know. I guess he's saying in this situation, like you want the exceptional. So like men are the highest percentage of the exceptional. I don't know if that's true though. If it is true though, if it pans out to be true by the numbers, then okay, you're right. He's right. If that is actually true, if he's right and of the highest IQs, a higher percentage of those are men, and you like looking for someone in the highest IQs of people type situation, knowing that, you should choose a man. But only if that's true.
Experience if you'd like.
Yeah, let's hear
Knock
it.
your socks off.
I just highest IQ in the world. Literally what comes up. Marilyn von Savant has one of the world's highest IQs. She is known as the smartest person in the world.
Cool. Then all right, cool. Then I'm totally wrong. I never even said, all I told you is that the most stupid people in the world were men and the most intelligent people in the world were men. I read a study on it 4 or 5 years ago and I thought, you know what? I know some stupid men. I don't know women that dumb. I agree with that. And I know some really smart men. I don't know women that smart.
Okay. That video cut off there. I will say this. This video came from a site that is not they're not like anti Andrew Tate. Like the site that the person who published this video, they this video is what you see. It's like he destroys Dave Portnoy. This video is supposed to be of Andrew Tate, like destroying Dave Portnoy. Like he's supposed to be eating on his interview the whole time. And in a way, like maybe he eats on the interview a little bit only because he's like not talking to someone who's really that engaged in disproving the point. Like Dave Portnoy is like Barstool, like those are kind of like conservative. They not woke. They not trying to be woke. That's not their thing. So for them, like he's not gonna try and really fight anything that dude is saying too hard. So of course, like you're gonna look like you eating on a man who don't really want to prove you wrong. And I'm not trying to prove you wrong. I'm just trying to say you're not really saying anything. Like nothing you saying is actually anything. And also, I don't think Andrew Tate hates women. All these people, like, cause that's what you want me to be like. Oh, he's a woman hater. He's not a woman hater. Neither is Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Samuels wasn't a woman hater. Fresh and Fit, they probably not women haters. DJ Academics, they probably not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Act might be. Fresh and Fit might have been in a past life too. They seem like the kind of niggas who never got women, so they hate women. But anyway. That's just projection. I don't know the man, and I've seen 2 clips of them too. So you don't even know. I seen a clip. I don't know him. So you're right. You know him and I don't. You watch all their stuff. I don't watch none of it. You right. My point is, I don't think he hates women. He's just perfectly fine profiting and monetizing off of other people's hatred of women or other people's misdirected feelings towards women, if you want to put it that way, or whatever it is. The fact that he knows that people want to hear a man say this and be like, oh yeah, he's successful and da 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 da, whatever. He's like, I'm gonna get the bag off of this. That's all I think about him. I told y'all I don't even think he believes anything that he's talking about. None of it. So, you know, I didn't plan on this being a 40-minute reaction video. I swear I did not. But it just turned out that way, y'all. I just really felt how I felt about the situation in certain situations. I just don't think it's nothing. It's literally nothing. I don't even know if there's anything else worth saying. Y'all got to get better at learning when somebody is grifting you. When somebody is just playing your emotions against you. That's why I likened him to Donald Trump. You like, what do the two have in common? It's like Donald Trump just grifted. He just plays on your emotions. He's not doing anything, or he's not saying anything. Y'all got to get better at listening to what people are saying and seeing if there's actually any substance there. Like, are you saying anything at all, really? No, most of every point he made, either he disproved himself. You just keep listening to him talk. You don't have to listen to the host or the women in the background. And that's why I didn't, because I was reading the comments of this video before I did this. I didn't watch the video, but I did read the comments. And boy, I was like, whoa, y'all love this man. Y'all love this man. It's crazy, the comments. I was like, okay. Don't be sending me death threats for your man. Listen. Disclaimer. I done came so far as a person. I don't even call stuff gay to me anything other than like gay. You know what I'm saying? Because the gay homies don't like that shit. So I'm just like, okay, my bad. I mess with y'all. I don't like when people disrespect me when they don't have to. I don't want to disrespect you if I don't have to. I just won't do it. It's nothing. That's my vibe on it, right? So disclaimer here for the gay homies. I didn't stop. But I'm talking to a specific community right here, and I got to speak to them in a language that they're going to understand. If y'all about to come to me with a whole bunch of smoke behind another man and what he got to say and what I got to say about what he got to say, that's kind of gay. You kind of dick right. You really need to get off that man's dick. That's what you need to do. So, you know. Anyway. Subscribe for the video for the channel, man. Like, subscribe, check out the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Check out all the stuff we do. Me and the homie Freeze just started a web series, 50-ish, because we might go harder than 50, maybe 51 or something. Best black TV shows of all time, our time, not all time. We not, man. Ain't nobody trying to talk about the first black TV. We only talking about stuff we watched that we know. So y'all pull up and y'all mess with us, man. Y'all fuck with me on everything. I love y'all as always. If you stay for 43 minutes for a reaction video, you the realist. Hit the link tree and hit me on Twitter, and I'll send you something in the mail. I ship it on me, everything. All right, y'all. Peace.